So due to a lot of misconceptions about Planned Parenthood, this video is just going to outline the benefits that Planned Parenthood gives certain people and why Planned Parenthood is actually a good thing. So I'm going to start off this video. Of course, I just Googled Planned Parenthood and a COVID-19 alert comes up. This typically happens with hospitals, doctors, those types of offices. If you Google them, or at least in my experience Googling my doctors, this warning has showed up. So this pretty much states, and as I will show later in the video, Planned Parenthood will test you for COVID-19. So here we have the Planned Parenthood site. I'm just going to go through some of the features, and of course at the top it mentions, if you have any signs of COVID, be aware, schedule an appointment, possible, some are online. So first page you see are these things. Abortion clinic near you, obviously that's what they're known for. Your voice, your vote, STDs, birth control, abortion. Birth control lets you prevent and plan the timing of a pregnancy, compare birth control options, and find the best methods for you. STDs, sexually transmitted infections are passed during sexual contact. Emergency contraception, morning after pill. Emergency contraception safety and effectively prevents pregnancy up to 5 days after unprotected sex. So I'm going to click see all topics, get the facts on sexual health. Everything you need to know from birth control to healthy relationships, identity, and more. So here are the featured categories: abortion, birth control, cancer, emergency contraception, gender identity, health and wellness, pregnancy, sex and relationships, sexual orientation, sexually transmitted infections, which are STDs. So these are all the featured categories, which are the main overview topics of what Planned Parenthood can help you learn about and help you with. So for teens, for parents, questions about sex, your body, your relationship, we've got you. Here's our ultimate guide to getting through high school and beyond. For parents, from talking about sex and relationships to online bullying to supporting your LGBT kid. For teens, looking for info on sex, relationships, your body, and more, you've come to the right place. Explore related topics. So here are the topics: sex, STDs, birth control, pregnancy, puberty, going to the doctor, relationships, bullying, safety and privacy, LGBTQ, all about sex, gender and identity, sexual orientation, videos and games, asks the experts, and find birth control. So as you can see, it's not just abortions. Sex, everything you want to know about sex, masturbation, consent, and more. No shame, just the facts. Check it out. Preventing STDs and pregnancy, condoms and other kinds of birth control help you stay healthy and pregnant. Found out you're pregnant or have an STD, here are your options. Puberty, your body is changing, understanding what's happening to you, and getting to know your body helps you stay healthy. All about puberty. Here are some topics that you can click on and learn more about. Who can I talk to? Is this normal? Is that normal? What to expect? All about sex, gender, and gender identity, sexual orientation, worried, had unprotected sex, chat online or text to get the information, go to the doctors, when to go, where to go, what to expect. And here's the Get Care tab, overview, and it lists a few options here. So the Get Care tab is here. Find a health center, abortion services, abortion referral. Birth control, emergency contraception. Birth control is a safe way. General health care, HIV services. HIV tests are quick and painless, and there are medications that can prevent HIV and help people live longer with HIV. LGBT services. Men's health services. Men can come to Planned Parenthood for health services addressing cancer, STDs, fertility, sexual dysfunction, birth control, and routine checkups. Patient education, pregnancy testing and services. The patient education is up-to-date information to help you understand and care for your sexual and reproductive health. STD testing, treatment, and vaccines. Women's services. STDs are super common, but having safer sex, getting tested, and knowing your treatment options help keep you and your partners safer. Abortion care finder, find expert care near you. App for a period tracker. And here again, overview: COVID-19, abortion, birth control, cancer, emergency contraception, health and wellness, pregnancy, sex pleasure and sexual dysfunction, sexual orientation, gender identity, relationships, consent and sexual assault, sexually transmitted infection, STDs, glossary A to Z for teens, for parents, for... So the link will just be Planned Parenthood, because that's the only site I've been using. All of this information is coming right from the Planned Parenthood site. Who is Planned Parenthood? They're health providers, they're educators, they're global health innovators, they're advocates. What we do: we provide high-quality, cutting-edge healthcare to 2.4 million people. We seek to serve every community income level across the country, with 56% of health centers in rural or medically underserved areas. This is important because the reason that a lot of girls actually go to Planned Parenthood is because they don't have money to go to other doctors. It's beneficial to people, to minorities, to people who don't have health insurance, that type of situation. We protect and expand access to birth control. We help prevent an estimated 560,000 unintended pregnancies a year. We work to extend care to the LGBTQ community. We protect and expand access to safe and legal abortion. We work with more than 300 campus groups and engage young people around the world to help build the healthiest generation ever. We stand in solidarity with the reproductive justice movement that is leading work at the intersections of healthcare, social justice, and racial justice. We work to protect and expand access to health insurance for everyone. We use technology and innovative online programs to increase access to information and services. We work in partnership with grassroots organizations in 12 focus countries to develop sustainable reproductive health programs. We organize in the streets in the states and in Washington, D.C. to advance sexual and reproductive health and rights. So here are their services. 30% of their services are contraception, which is providing like condoms, teaching safe sex type thing. 45% of their services is STI, STD testing and treatment. 1% is other services. 14% is other women's health services. 7% is cancer screening and prevention. That means they will test to see if you have cancer instead of you having to pay thousands, hundreds of thousands of doctors if you don't have insurance. Only 3% of their services is abortions. 3%, yet everybody wants to defund this and get rid of Planned Parenthood because of 3% of abortions that are typically because a woman needs to get it, or she could die, or possibly a woman was raped. Maybe incest was involved. Maybe it was a 12-year-old child who physically cannot keep that baby. Our patients, 2.4 million patients, 75% have incomes at or below 150% of the federal poverty level. 85% are age 20 and older. 21% are Latino, 50% Black, 11% male. This is benefiting women who would otherwise be stuck in situations that are not good for anyone. Planned Parenthood at work in just 1 year. 770,000 emergency contraception kits. 320,000 life-saving breast exams. 1 million pregnancy tests. 2 million patients served with family planning, counseling, and contraception. 328,000 abortions performed. 4.2 million tests and treatments for STDs, and STIs, including 650,000 HIV tests. 72,000 screenings for women whose cancer was detected early or whose abnormalities were identified and addressed. 1.5 million individuals reached by local partners in 12 countries worldwide. 10 million activists, supporters, and donors working for women's health and safety and fundamental reproductive rights. 68 million visits to Planned Parenthood website, including Planned Parenthood and Espanol. 1.5 million young people and adults reached through educational programs and outreach. 295 1,000 pap tests. Sex education, we're the nation's largest provider of sex education. Sex education that's evidence-based and delivered by trained professionals is extremely effective and widely supported. I don't know about anybody else, but the high school I went to provided not very good sex education or even health education. I learned everything through Googling, through YouTube, through older peers who went through mistakes and who learned from mistakes instead of just learning through something like Planned Parenthood. Personally, since I've became old enough to actually read the information and research it, Planned Parenthood has been a great source of information. It's scientific, it's helpful, and I honestly think it's better than at least 80% of these things high schools are teaching. Personally, I just learned the dictionary definitions of an STD, of chlamydia. I don't even remember what they are. We took maybe one test on this, on definitions. We never actually learned them in my school. The classes were a joke, and the older I'm getting, the more I'm talking to other people, other girls going through the same situations as me. None of us are getting the education we should be getting. There's no reason that our schools shouldn't be providing us with the education that could actually help us stay alive. Personally, in my experiences, I've had health issues that my doctors did not care about. I did go to a Planned Parenthood once because I was on vacation. I didn't know where else to go. I didn't have my medical card. I was stuck. I didn't have my parents around. I just went to a Planned Parenthood to talk, to figure out my options, like what I actually could do since I had little money. They saved my life. I'm gonna be honest about it. They saved my life. They detected the abnormality before it became an actual issue. And I spent less than $100 the entire visit, which lasted about 4 hours. They fixed the issue. They detected the issue. From start to finish, less than 4 hours, less than $100. Planned Parenthood is not just about abortion. If you're against abortion, I'm not going to try to change your mind. You have your reasons, but you should not be for defunding this, for getting rid of Planned Parenthood, because they do so much good for the young people, for the minorities, for people who are stuck. Consider other people's positions. Stop thinking about yourself for 5 minutes. Think about what other people are going through. Personally, I've had 2 friends who were raped, who got pregnant because of the rape. Their parents did not even know about the rape. Their parents did not know about the pregnancy. I was personally there for one of them. I helped them get through this. They had to get an abortion. They were 15 years old. Luckily, I was 17. I could drive. I took them. It was cheap. It was quick. It saved these girls' lives. In my state, you did not at the time need parental signatures. They could do it at 15 by themselves, given the circumstances. I don't know if things have changed personally. I know it depends. It's different by state, because some abortions are completely against the law, whatever. But overall, just consider the good that they do. 3% is focused on abortions. They test for cancer. They test for STDs. They help educate kids.